It is a kind of non-feedback system, a continuous control system that the output has no influence or effect on the action. It is also the executive and the effector. It is different from the closed-loop control system because closed-loop has the ability to provide feedback and self-correct, while open-loop cannot. Then proceed to the components of an open-loop control system, which are the input and output. So the input of this action is that the person will going to throw the empty can towards the recycling bin, while the output is the empty can is possible to shoot in the recycling bin or not. Doing activities with a sequence, control, accurate and consistent represents motor programs, so it exists. First is the reaction time and movement complexity, meaning that reaction time will increase when additional elements are added to a movement, and it will also increase when movement requires coordination of greater limbs or greater movements. By the study of Henry and Rogers, the reaction time of a participant who asked to respond into a stimulus by initiating and carrying out predetermined movements that varied in complexity. They found that the reaction time will increase as the complexity of movement to be produced will increase. Second is differentiation experiments. The researchers used the monkeys to identify the types of movement that are still possible for the monkeys to initiate. Then, the result is the monkeys can still climb everywhere, feed themselves, chase each other, and groom, even if they are deprived by the sensory feedback from their limbs. Findings shows that the monkeys have difficulty in their fine motor skills, such as picking and manipulating small objects with their fingers. Using sensory information helps an individual plan their movement in advance, and also until the first reflective responses activated. Human produces novel movements by doing what they don't usually do or different from their habitually activity day by day. Yes, movements are new when human accidentally or purposely do a movement that is not belong to the sequence of movements or steps. For example, is a man with a wheelchair and he is playing basketball. In his practice, he usually holds the ball and shoot it in the ring, but suddenly he makes a move that he does not do when playing basketball. The movement he produces is when he rotates the ball around his body, including the wheelchair, to avoid his opponent and to score. A generalized motor program is thought to be developed over a practice, and can be useful to understand the functions of a certain kind of actions. It assists player or a performers to move freely and practice how to execute or initiate a sequence of movement or a skill. A man in a wheelchair playing basketball can use generalized motors program by practicing his novel movement, which is rotating the ball around his body including the wheelchair. But it takes a long time to perfect and will consume an additional flexibility, force, and stamina.